Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kaboottops, and welcome to another Star Citizen video. We're diving straight into this one, and we're doing a risky salvage shop. I paid 25k for this job to do it in the asteroids around Yella, and it is to scrape an Aegis eclipse. We are going to see if doing these risky salvage shops are a way to make money, or if they're not as good as panels. This is going to be guaranteed income because you just fly to the ship and then start scraping everything. What I do know is there is a timer for about 30 minutes or so. It's at 28 right now. I don't know exactly what it's at. Back in the day, this used to be the best way of going around making money in the Vulture. All you would do is you would go to, or not even in the Vulture, you would just do risky salvage missions and pick up like the cargo that these ships had. So I want to see if I'm able to scrape this thing in like the proper amount of time it is. I only have one abrade scraper and I have a cinch on the other one. All you have to do is press F1, go to your contracts menu, and then go to the section that is unverified, and then you should be able to grab these missions there. We are really close to this ship, so we're going to see exactly how much we can make. We're already at 3.3. I mean, wait, was Salvage buffed, boys? I feel like Salvage could have been buffed. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're salvaging a ship like an Arrow or something like that, it is a little harder to get salvaged. No, I don't think it's buffed. We still are only at 0.4. I know that's still a decent amount of money, but, I mean, there's no way we get, like, 10 SCU here. And if we get... How much do we need for profit? If it's about 14k per SCU of salvage, we need 2 to be about break-even. So we need... at least a 3 times return on investment is, like, usually what you want for an ROI, so at least 3 times. So let's think, if we need 2 to break even, then that means we need 6 overall, right? We need 6 overall, so it pays for that. So, I mean, I don't think the Eclipse is going to give 6, so I think that's kind of sad, which means that it won't be too worth it. But I'm going to end up scraping this entire thing, and I can talk to you guys about the salvage a little bit, and I'm going to read chat. Let's see what they're saying. Right now, it's just super unlucky. Yeah. If they add engineering, can you salvage these ships for functional materials? I bet you could. I bet if some of these things that you salvage, right, you could go in and check. I mean, they will have these parts, you know, so it'll probably be worth it to do these illegal salvage missions to get a part that's 50% or 40% and then repair it yourself and be able to put this in your ship. So when repairing comes out, I definitely think that engineering and repairing is going to be good for these missions, because then you won't have to worry about, oh, I'm going to go farm this or whatever, you know. You'll see like there's a 25k mission for a Caterpillar and you'll be like, that's the size 3 quantum drive I need, or that's the size 3 extra that I need or something, and you'll just be able to go do that. Boys, salvaging ships might be worth it again. Definitely not worth it in the Reclaimer. I'm going to tell you that now. The Reclaimer just takes too long, and doing all that salvage and stuff just really isn't too beneficial. But if you can get a ship that's easy and has a thing like this, it could be worth it. When you go to do, like, let's say the Asperia Prowler or something like that, right? It is going to be a little bit harder because it's not as flat surfaces. That's why I picked the Eclipse for this one, because I was like, it's a smaller ship. I want to see how much it gives. And I should be able to complete it in time. And it also is flat surfaces, you know. The entire top of the ship is flat. The entire bottom of the ship is flat. It doesn't have a lot of areas where you have to scrape the inside or, like, in weird things, you know what I mean? So that's kind of why I landed on the Eclipse. But, I mean, guys, wait, maybe I am wrong. In order to get a good return on investment, it looks like it is going to do that. We're at 2.6 right now, and we haven't finished the top. We should be at around 3 at the top. Salvaging Ships might be back, boys. It might be actually back. That's 3 SCU of salvage off the top alone of this Eclipse. Let's see. Is it going to give us 2.9 at the bottom, or is it going to be unlucky and bad? Oh, it's not going to give us 6. It's not going to give us 6. The way it worked was it scraped a lot of the stuff on the top, scraped the bottom. Those wings are thin. As you can see there, the wings are thin. That's okay, though. That's okay. This literally took a couple seconds. If they're all this easy, we'll be chilling. Now, remember, boys, you do not want to be here when the mission goes bad, because if you're here when security gets here, I think they get around like 10 minutes or something. So I say, if there's 10 minutes left in the mission, dip out. Even if you did not finish it, dip out. Do not risk getting caught. That's at least what it used to be back in the day. I don't know what it is now. I could always do it and test it. But there is 1% left for this salvage for the job to be complete. Do we get paid out for the job? We just contract completed it, which is amazing. Now we're going to continue to salvage it because we're obviously here for the money. It was 25K to do it. I don't think there's a payout. But you never know. There's some missions where you have to pay a fee and you get a payout. But I don't think these salvage jobs are those. We can see. Wow, this is scraping really well right now too. The Vulture is amazing. And it's not like panels where you have to take it super slow. This ship is getting absolutely decimated really quick too. I mean, look at that. That's basically everything. It's not letting us scrape the top of that. There's just a little bit more or whatever. Yeah, I mean, that was a terrible underside. I'm not going to lie. We went from 3.1 to 3.8. So we had 0.7 up there. But, I mean, it was super easy to do. We're going to enable our quantum drive and jump back to yellow just like this. So then we can be safe. You know, you have to leave the vicinity of it so you don't get caught up. But let me see. We finished it right there. We press F1. We go to contracts. We go to history. We do the salvage. We do this one. The fee is that. No payout. But, I mean, we ended up with about 14, about 30, about 40K or something. So we made a little bit of money. That's not bad at all. But we're making about like 24K or something. That is not terrible. We just go back to the unverified section. Go to salvage. Let's see. The Starfighter Inferno could be all right. There's a Constellation Andromeda. Got the security punched out. Yellow security. I mean, we could do that. We could do this one around yellow. That's always a good one. It's $6,500 reward plus bonuses. So we get paid to do it. Let's go try out that mission. There might be some ships there to fight us. So let's see, boys. We just arrived to the Constellation Andromeda. It's allowing me to jump still to it, but don't do that. It's being weird. Basically, you just get here. You scan. You look around. Is that the Andromeda? I mean, that's a Andromeda. It's red like that though, so it could be it. I know as soon as you get to these areas you should usually scan. I don't know if it like puts the yellow on the thing and it's like, hey, that's where you have to go. But we have security arrives in about 57 minutes, so I would say they're gonna arrive here in about 40 or something like that. You want to always leave just while you're ahead, you know. Yep, that's definitely the Connie. What I will say is I'm going to scan it to see if it has anything, because like I said, boys, the missions used to be back in the day that these things would have drugs on them and it was crazy worth it. And I do know that things like this Connie and stuff like that always have drugs with like Vaughn missions. So I mean, even if there's just a little bit on this guy, it could be worth it. Let's see. No, doesn't look like there's anything. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna start scraping this dude. It's a nice beautiful greenish Connie. I'm going to go from front to back, and I think I'm going to scrape it in this way, just like so, as you guys can see. Enable that gimbal mode, and let's begin scraping. Enjoy the montage, and I will see you guys when we finish. I just filled up the filler station of the Connie. As you guys can see, it's the 13 SCU now. We are 15%, or we have 15% left of this Constellation Andromeda, and we have been doing this for like a little over 30 minutes or something like that. I do want to say I'm pretty sure it's a lot slower than scraping panels, and the ship that we're doing is a little bit harder because it is the Connie. I just arrived all the way back into Seraphim Station, and I'm going to be putting everything in the cargo elevator right now. We just finished up like the mission and everything. I actually failed it when it had like 1% left, so that was kind of sad because I broke it apart. So make sure not to break it apart when you're doing it. But you guys can see here, we got 1.6 SCU in the bay, and we have 13 in the back. So we made 14 SCU. Times that by 10 is 140k, and then add another, like, I don't know. We probably made almost around 200k or something, about around 200k. So not a really bad thing. I don't want to do all the math right now. So around 200k. Not great, but not terrible. If you guys want to do those missions where you're salvaging the ships, then by all means, go ahead and do that. That's what's so cool about Star Citizen, is you can pick to do these missions. Even if they don't pay well, you can do them. However, if you guys want to make money in Star Citizen, then my advice to you, and the entire reason I make these videos, is for you to go out and do panels. Panels are the best way to do it, and using this vulture to scrape ships will not result in as much money as scraping panels. Just remember that when you go out there. The only thing about panels is it can be time consuming if you are getting unlucky and not finding them, but that's why you just follow the guide and you should be able to find them. It's not too hard. So just get out there, get into the verse, learn how to do everything, and you're good. I will see you guys when we finish stacking all of this RMC up in Seraphim. I finished loading everything up here. If you guys want to store your stuff here at Seraphim or any other places, you guys can always do so, and just put everything into a cargo ship later, but all you have to do is just press lower the elevator. Now, if you are landing at a place to go sell, what you would do is you would land at Orison, New Babbage, on Microtech, you would land at Area 18, any of those places where the TDD is, you would land here and offload it just like that in the elevator in the hangar, and then you guys would go sell in the TDD. If you guys want to know exactly what that's like, just look up how to sell at a TDD. All you have to do is go ahead and search up where to sell TDD, blah, 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 like for whatever planet you guys go to. And if you guys watch my past videos, I'll put a link in the description to one of them so you guys know where the sell points are and what they look like. I have a guide to that as well. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for all the love and support recently. We're about to hit 5,000 subscribers, so I hope this guide pushes me over the edge. That is a huge, huge, huge achievement for me, boys. We are going to Star Citizen Con next month in October, so make sure if you guys love these kind of videos, you want to see some IRL content, I'm going to be live streaming it and recording and covering the event. So make sure to check that out on the Kabutops channel. Join the Discord down below so you guys get notifications when I go live. Check out the new videos. Check out everything. It's really sick. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to have a great day, and adios. Bye-bye.